Hello, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. Welcome to Celebrating Black Excellence. Our next guest is the founder of 4Kira4Moms. Let's welcome maternal health advocate Charles Johnson. How are you doing today, Charles?
Carlton, I am doing absolutely fantastic. I am excited, honored to be sharing time with you and your audience today. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you so much for being here. We definitely appreciate you. Now, let's get started with your foundation. As I mentioned, you are the founder of 4Kira4Moms. Can you tell our viewers more about this nonprofit organization?
Yeah, so thank you for that. So 4Kira4Moms is a nonprofit organization with one very clear mission, that is to eradicate the maternal mortality crisis here in the United States. We founded the organization, Carlton, after my wife, Kira, who's the organization's namesake, passed away giving birth to our second son, Langston, in 2016. And I'm always very transparent about the fact that when we walked in to the hospital for the birth of my son, the thought that my wife would not walk out to raise our boys had never crossed my mind. But as the days went on, I began to hear these other stories or other families that had had horrific birthing experiences, other mothers that had had traumatic birthing experiences, and other mothers that had made that ultimate sacrifice and literally lost their lives just trying to give the gift of life. And that's when I did the research myself and came to learn that right here in the United States, Carlton, as I know that you know, we are the most dangerous country in the industrialized world to give birth in. But it's even more scary when we peel back the layers even further. Our African American mothers are dying more than 4 to 5 times as often as their Caucasian counterparts. So I didn't know what I could do, but I felt like I had to do something. And so we founded this organization, not only to pay honor to Kira, but to pay honor to every single mother that has made that ultimate sacrifice.
Well, first off, sorry for your loss, and thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
Now, you are recognized as a maternal health advocate. As I did mention, can you talk about the importance of speaking up about the maternal mortality rate, especially in the Black community?
Absolutely. And so thank you for bringing that. It's so critically important that we understand that this is everybody's fight, Carlton, right? When we think about the maternal mortality crisis, oftentimes people presume that it's just a women's health issue. But like we say right here at 4Kira4Moms, Carlton, there's only 2 types of people in our country. Either you are a mama or you got one. So this is everybody's fight. And so we need everybody. If you are somebody that is planning a family, if you are a father, if you are that support person, if you are a grandparent, we need everybody to be informed and empowered with the information to make sure that we understand how to navigate these pregnancy experiences, to make sure that we receive the safe, dignified care that every family deserves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, can you discuss the legislation work that you've done when it comes to the fight against maternal mortality?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about legislation, that's a really, we have 3 really distinct pillars here at 4Kira4Moms. It's educate, advocate, and legislate. So we talk about legislation. That's a big, big, big piece of the work that we do here. So we work on legislation on both the state and the federal, and even sometimes the local level. And so our kind of on the federal level, because I know that this will go to an audience far and wide. So right now in the United States Congress, we have a couple of things we're working on. We have a package of 13 different pieces of legislation that we've combined into a comprehensive package to address maternal health, and it's called the Momnibus, right? It will address socioeconomic issues. It will address the effect that climate change has on moms. It will address provider accountability. It will address access to care for rural mothers, because that's a big thing. We have what are called maternal health care deserts, and on and on. You can read more about the legislation at 4Kira4Moms.com or at the Black Maternal Health Caucus's website. But that's a big one. We also fight for things like paid leave for all, because we understand that one of the challenges, one of the reasons that we're losing mothers is because they're being forced back into the workforce, too soon. Also, same thing, we need not just the mother, but the father or that support parent to have time off to bond with that child, because when people have paid leave, we reduce preterm labor. We reduce the number of NICU stays. We improve the chance that the child is going to be able to breastfeed successfully. We reduce postpartum depression. We reduce instead of a hospital readmitted. So there's so many ripples on in the pond. And studies actually show that by having paid leave for all, we will actually increase productivity in our economy. People think that it's just a vacation. It's so much more than that. And so lastly, we have a piece of legislation on the federal level. It's called the Dads Matter Act. And I know we'll talk about this a little bit more, but really focusing on the critical role that fathers can play in investing in fathers, making sure that they have the information, the tools, and the resources, Carlton, to be able to show up, to be able to advocate for their partner throughout that pregnancy journey. So we're really excited and proud of these things. So for everybody that's out there that's a voter, it's important that you demand that your congressional representatives support these bills because they are very much bipartisan.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, speaking of fathers, you also launched 4Kira for Dads. Can you tell our viewers about this initiative?
Yeah, so here's the thing, man. There's a lot of very important work going into this fight, right? And so we believe that everybody should have access to doulas. We believe in dismantling systemic racism. We believe in making sure that midwives are able to access and support families. We believe in addressing maternal health deserts. With that being said, the part of this conversation, Carlton, that is far too often left out when we talk about solutions around improving maternal health outcomes is the role that fathers and non-birthing parents can play. And so a critical part of our theory of change that we believe is we want to drastically and quickly improve maternal health outcomes. One of the things that we can do is empower and inform a new generation of fathers with those tools and resources that they need to show up more empowered, more informed, understanding how to support. And so we created this tool and movement called 4Kira4Dads to do that, to empower fathers. And it exists in a couple of ways. It exists as a free app that's downloadable in the App Store. So just search the number 4Kira, Kira, the number 4Dads, download it. You can share with anybody. We have a curriculum that's available on the website. And then we also do in-person convening. So we bring dads together in real life that can go through cohorts, and we teach them about the baby basics. We teach them about getting your affairs in order, making sure that they understand what they need to do to plan for their family, and make sure they have a firm business foundation under their family. We teach them about all the developmental milestones throughout the pregnancy and pregnancy's journey and what they can do in those first hours, days, and weeks to make sure that that baby and them have a bond and that they are there being able to support that mother in the best way they possibly can.
Thank you so much for that. We definitely appreciate it. Now, for people who are watching, and they're watching, they're hearing your story, they're hearing all the initiatives, they're sitting there, they say, I want to do something, I just don't know what to do. How can I help? Like, how can they help? Like, what can you tell that person?
Yeah, man. So no doubt, we want everybody to know that there's a place in this fight for everybody. And so please reach out to us. If you're interested in volunteering, we will put you to work. If you're interested in amplifying, like sharing stuff that you see or learn on social media. But one of the easiest things people can do, Carlton, is just start with the conversation, right? If you know somebody, just in casual conversation, we talk about everything else. We talk about the drama we see on the internet. We talk about who broke up. We talk about whose album dropped, whose concert is coming to town. Ask that friend or somebody in your circle, did you know about the maternal mortality crisis and how it's disproportionately affecting Black women? That's a simple start, right? We have to educate each other. And then if they're not aware, then you can direct them to an organization like 4Kira4Moms where they can get more information, understand what's information and what's disinformation, understand not only about the work that we're doing, but there's a lot of other great organizations out here that are doing tremendous work. So we got to start by communicating, sharing the information, and then making sure we're sharing resources that people know where to get accurate information, know how to get involved. Because here's the thing. Let me say this, and if your listeners and viewers don't get anything else from this conversation, we can fix this, right? We can fix this. I wouldn't be here talking to you if I didn't believe with every fiber of my being that we can fix this, right? But it's about us having these conversations. It's about us tapping in and pouring into one another to make sure that we are prepared for the journey ahead.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you 100%. Now, if people want that information or if they want to donate to the cause, can you give us that website one more time?
Yeah, sure. So it's the number 4, Kira, the number 4 again, MOMS. So it's 4Kira4Moms.com is the website, and it's the number 4, Kira, The number 4 again, MOMS on all social media. So 4Kira4Moms.com and 4Kira4Moms on all social media. Reach out to us, share your story. If you have questions, we would love to connect with you, and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction if you're looking for resources and support.
Awesome. Well, Charles, thank you again for sharing your story. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all the work that you're doing.
The honor is all mine. Thank you so much for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, everyone. I am Carlson T. Clay. This is Celebrate Black Excellence. We celebrate Black Excellence every day. Have a good one.